I hear the music.
I hear music too, man. It's Saturday night. Yes, sir. Saturday night. Another episode of the Break Room 730. Welcome, everybody. I'm your co host, James J. Wed Weddington. Along with me is my co host, Maris. And tonight, we're going to be talking about Hulk Hogan and racism. We haven't really had a chance to talk about this when it first came about, which was last week. We just able to get to it now, and been listening to people's views and listening to Hulk Hogan's daughter's view. Well, actually, a poem that she wrote. Nothing has been said from Hulk Hogan yet, from my understanding. Um, Maurice, you heard about the whole thing. What's your take on it?
Oh, racism, man, is you know. Let me sit up here a little bit.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic
It's
so the
it's,
people can hear you.
it's crazy, man, because I was I was reading a line that what we call it, the other wrestler. His name is Dwayne Johnson,
The
The
Rock,
Rock.
The Rock,
The
yeah.
Rock. Yeah, Rock was saying that we all talk trash. We all talk trash in wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not that kind of trash. When it comes to racism, that's a totally different type of trash right there. Huh? And I mean, when I say trash, I do mean trash because that's exactly what it is. Now, I kind of backed Hulk Hogan at first. I didn't know the whole story, so I kind of backed him at first, but I kind of held back off of it just in case because I knew that everything wasn't there. But from my understanding, he admitted himself that at least on that tape, he admitted that he's a racist. I mean, now a lot of people will hide behind racism. They'll use it out of frustration and anger, and I'm talking about white people, and not only white people. You even have people in different countries that'll use that slang just to piss you off, just to piss off black people. And the reason why I know that that I know this is because being an online gamer, I hear it all the time, man, all the time. Now I know you play a little bit of games, man. You play your main thing is Mortal Kombat now. Being online, have you ever experienced that as far as doing online gaming?
Oh yeah, oh yes, man. In cyberspace, is racism is 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 there, man. That's where the racist that's where all the racism comes out, man. Is online cyberspace. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because when people sit around a computer or on a keyboard, they can't say whatever they want. You know,
That's
and
right.
they know right, and they know that they don't have to be afraid. Basically,
And
you see
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? They don't have to be afraid. Yeah, they don't have to be afraid to say whatever they want. So
Right.
that's why it it's there in cyberspace.
That's just like
You know?
someone driving in a car and they drive by you, they give you the finger, they cuss you out, you know, and they feel safe because they're in their vehicle and they know that, they're able to get away from you and they're not right there in front of you face to face. So they they
Yes.
they they sit there and use it. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. Now this is what I wanna talk about here. Now you can have people to come out to make racist comments and then turn around and say, "Well, I'm not racist. I was just saying that because I was angry, I was frustrated, or I was tricked into saying it, or whatever the BS is that they're trying to use to excuse themselves." But if you're in the comfort of your own home, that's when you are most honest. That's when you're most honest, man. When you're in the comfort of your own home, that's you come out and you say any and everything that you can think of that you feel. That's when you're most real. That's when you're at your realest, and that's the truth, man. Hulk Hogan apparently got caught up, man, in something. Now this did take place what 8 years ago, I believe. This was supposedly said by him 8 years ago. He came out and said that he doesn't like his he doesn't like the idea of his daughter having sex with niggas, and if she's gonna have sex with niggas, then it should be a 8 foot nigga. You know, basically saying somebody that has money. You know, a basketball player, or you know where he's going with that.
Yeah, but that kind of a sound a little bit confusing there though, because if you want your daughter to have sex with an 8 foot nigger, I mean, why choose an 8 foot nigger? I mean, the N word, no matter how you take it, I mean, it's the same. And if you are racist, why say that? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
If you
If he's a racist person on in his heart, why say something like that? That's basically contradicting himself.
Well, Hulk Hogan has done a lot of contradicting in the past, man,
You see
and
what I'm saying?
yeah, and this guy's really dug a hole for himself this time around. Now, all this started. Now, the tape that they're talking about that this went down on is a tape, sex tape that was pulled up about him, man. I mean, when you say things, be mindful. You know, when you're around people, especially, you know, if you're on, you're going to be in the public eye. You know, the media is watching and listening. If you're going to talk and you're going to express yourself, Ron in the chat, he says that's gay. If you're going to express yourself, be careful, or at least try to be careful what you're going to say. And I know a lot of people, you get a little tipsy, you get a little drunk, had a little drink in you, a little smoke, and everything comes out, and you're not in your right state of mind. But try not to put yourself in that situation, in that predicament, because stuff like that is going to come out, man. And that's what people are waiting for, that, and you can't trust anybody, especially if somebody that you just met, or you're having a fling with, or as a friend, or I mean anybody, man. It just can't be trusted.
Especially in this new technology age that we are living in. Remember that we know we have camera, we have voice recording everywhere. It's on every cell phone. So it's
Yeah,
on everybody.
right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And you never know what is being recorded. I mean, the phone can be sitting right there, just have the recording button turned on, and that person do not know.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
They could just put the phone right there on the table in the bedroom. No, you know it anything.
Yeah, man.
You
Hulk,
see?
yeah, I mean the Hulkster is he's an iconic figure, man. Somebody
Yeah.
that's been idolized and looked upon by many people, man. And I'm not talking about just in the country, but worldwide. And
Oh yes, I know, man. Because I used to watch wrestling back in the day.
yeah,
I still watch it today, but not as much like I used to. You
right.
know what I mean? But there is one character that stood out to me that was really popular back then. Was the
Hmm.
Hulkamania.
Right,
You know what
right,
I mean?
right. Yeah. Now Hulk Hogan, man. Now when you're big like that, when you're known like that, man, you hold on just a second. Ron Ron in the chat, he says the heart icon that we have down there for to what is that? I guess to send or to like. He says it's gay. I kind of agree with you. It could have been something else, you know. It could have been, but we got to work with what we have. But yeah, back to Hogan, man. It's he's been in a lot of trouble in the past. You know, he's been in a lot of conflicts, and a lot of wrestling talk. Period. Um, I don't know what to really. All I can say about this one is that to me, Hulk Hogan seems he seems guilty, man. I got to put him in the guilty chair, man, because he hasn't came out and said anything. He hasn't. He said some kind of apology, which wasn't nothing. It wasn't much of anything. I haven't heard it yet, but that's what I was told. That's what I was hearing, listening to wrestling news. Um, his daughter makes a poem about him, and if you if you read the poem, I might pull it up in a little bit if I can. And if you read the poem, is she's really defending her father on that issue. But I mean, it's nothing. I mean, nothing you can do now, man. You just ruined yourself. That whole thing just ruined you because of something that you said in the past. Now I'm gonna tell you, me growing up, my mom always told me, and she told me this. I mean, I can't even count on my fingers how many times this has been said to me by my mom. She always told me, she said, your mouth will get you in trouble. And till this day, I believe in that. To this day, I know that it's true. I see how true it is. What you say can get you seriously hurt or destroyed, for that matter. Too much rate.
Certainly, and that's what happened to his career now.
Right, right.
Everything that he did as a wrestler, just gone right down.
Going right down the drain. Yeah, they fired
Yeah,
him
gone right
from
down
the
the drain.
wrestling show that he was on called Tough Enough. He was a judge on there. They immediately fired him off the show. I think they went back and started editing a lot of him, a lot of wrestling clips and stuff, like taking him out of it. Like if you saw a match, like the match he had between him and Andre the Giant back at I think it was WrestleMania 3. I'm not certain, either 1, 2, or 3. It was one of them, and it's like how they did the wrestler Chris Benoit, the wrestler that murdered his allegedly murdered his wife and kid and then killed himself. Whereas though they edit him out of everything, they might blur the face and anything that has to do with him. And that's the type of treatment that Hulk Hogan is getting now for making that racist comment about 7, 8 years ago. Now, speaking on racism, what we were saying earlier about the internet, anything doing with the internet, and mainly I'm talking about online gaming. If when you have contact with a lot of people, and like I told you, internet gaming with me and my fam that I have on Xbox. We have a little clan on Xbox, and we hear it every day. Every day we hear nigger this, nigger that, and it's all because they
Yeah,
get
like
mad of something that you do that they didn't like.
tell me one time that if you if you was to get paid for every N word they told you on the game online, so you'd have been rich by now.
Yeah.
Because you just costing you so many times.
Yeah, that is true, man. I think all of us, if we all had, we all would be rich, man. All of us would be rich if that was the case. But yeah, they do it. They say it out of, and it's not really. It's well, it can be a combination of frustration and trying to frustrate you or to piss you off. I mean, it's like that's their only attack, man. You know, and like I said, it's not only white people. You got people across seas saying it, and they didn't have a damn thing to do with what went on with blacks and whites, and in our time, nothing to do with that. You know, so it's like you
Yeah, but
gotta
why is that? Why is that? Is a copycat? You know, the internet is basically information for everybody.
right,
And when you have whites around the world read these things, that I see these things that happening here in America. They want to say the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? Even if they do not have any history or whatever about the N word, or they don't know anything about that, but they just say it because they hear it.
right. I agree with that. I really do agree with that. I mean,
Hmm.
it goes. Well, he's black. I know how to piss off black people. I hear white people do it all the time. I'll just call them a nigger. It's to a point now, whereas though it doesn't really affect us online anymore. Because you can say whatever you want. You say whatever you want online on the internet, but it's a lot different to say it to a person's face, to a black person's face. If you want to show that you really have some balls, then go out there and go to a black person and say, you know what, I think you're a nigger, and I'm saying this because I'm angry right now. It's just and see where you're gonna find your teeth land. You know that you get a lot of them online talk a lot of stuff and say, oh well, I got black friends. And I call them niggers, or I'll go out there and do it right now. You will not do anything. They won't do nothing out there. And I'm getting so sick and tired of you fake racists out there. That's right. I call you fake racist because you sit behind your TV or your damn computer or your game system, and you want to sit there and try to frustrate us or piss us off because you're angry about something. Maybe take a look in the mirror, and you'll find out just exactly what you're really angry at. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull up this poem. I can't. I'm trying to look for it. I thought I had it saved somewhere, but it's kind of a little lengthy poem from Hulk Hogan's daughter in her father's defense,
Hmm.
and I don't think that's really going to help him too much. Hulk Hogan needs to come out. He needs to come out and really get out there and show some feeling, and really express yourself. And not saying that that's going to help, but it could help you somehow. And Hogan has there's a YouTube video that I watched the other day, and it was with Hulk Hogan on what is it, DJ Woo Kid is a radio show, radio station or something like that. Um, Let me see if I can find that, because he actually uses the N word on the radio show. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let y'all listen to the beginning of that. Let's see. No. Yeah. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to my little brother Alan Strong, aka Pooh Bear. Today is his birthday. Want to wish him a happy 29th birthday. We all getting up there in age, all getting old. Can't stay as young as I am. I'm 25 forever. Not going to tell you my real age, even though most of y'all on here listening know that. Let me see. Trying to
We're
find
saying
this for you.
before, man. Go back to what you were talking about before about
Right.
racism.
Go ahead while I'm searching for this. Go
Do you
ahead.
think what you think in your opinion? Do you think blacks should call themselves the N word? Do you think blacks should label themselves the N word?
Do you
What
think
do you think about that?
What, label ourselves? You saying? Is that what you just
Yeah, do
said?
you think blacks should call within themselves the N word?
I don't think. I don't think we should. No, I don't, and I don't think that we should really. I don't think we should really use it ourselves, truthfully, because we say it to each other. I don't think that it should be that way because I don't want to feel like like, all right, I could say this to my people or this person, that person, because they're the same as I am, but I can't say it to you. And we're the only race actually that's like that. I don't know about now. I know it's something with the Italians or some word that they don't take too kindly to if you call them. I don't know what that is, but it's not like being called the N word. Is the N word is was used to oppress black people. That's what it's used for. Nowadays, it's used to frustrate black people. That's what it's used for nowadays. And I'm gonna go ahead and play.
So
Go ahead. You go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I said, yeah, it used to oppress blacks, and it also used like in a jokeful way
Right.
among among blacks. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the contradiction come again too. If if the N word is offensive and is insulting to blacks, I don't I don't believe that blacks should use the word among themselves either. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Right. I can agree with you on that. I can, but
Because I tell you why, because when other race hear this, when other race hear blacks for themselves, they're gonna think that it is okay. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
They're
and
gonna think that that's your that's your nickname, and they're gonna label you as a person that has a nickname. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That you gonna that your nickname is gonna be the N word because what you saying it among yourself.
That's right. Now, what you just said, this is the thing. Now, if I'm around people that I know that I've known for a while, and I'm cool with them, and we all cool with each other, and they get in on the conversation with us, and how we sit around and say, yeah, my nigga this, yeah, my nigga that. If they came out and said it and used it in the same way that we use it, I will not get offended by it. I never have gotten offended by that. Now that goes with the same token that you can have somebody use it in a script. You can have a white man write a script to a movie and use nigger in there about 1,001 times, and nobody is supposed to get offended by that because it's in a script. What difference does it make? It's being used. It's being used in a movie. It's being used in the book. People are sitting there hearing it, reading it. So it plays in many different ways, man. Because if you wanna get rid of the N word that bad, then stop using it in movies. I can't tell you how tired I am of watching slave movies. I will not watch another slave movie as long as I live. I can't do it. I can't do it. I will not watch anymore because that's all you're gonna hear in that movie. And I haven't even watched that movie with Jamie Foxx in it, the Django. I've seen a little bit of it, then I had stopped watching it, but I never went back to go watch it. I don't want to watch any type of movies like that, man. I just can't. But you're gonna hear the word. You're gonna hear that word, man. No matter what, especially in the black movies, you're gonna hear it from us all the time. You're gonna hear it in the music and hip hop, and you're not gonna be able to get away from it. It's here to stay. It's no way to ban that. You can't say when we have a right to freedom of speech. You cannot sit there and say that, okay, well, if you start using the N word, if you get caught on the street, we're gonna lock you up. Then your rights are violated. So what can you do? But I'm gonna go ahead and play this about 2 or 3 minutes of this clip with Hulk Hogan and DJ Woo Kid, and let you listen in on the conversation. Hulk Hogan using the N word in the radio studio. What is it? Hulk Hogan versus DJ Woo Kid on the Woollywood Shuffle. I think that's what it said on Shade 45. Let me play a little bit of that real quick. Yeah, there you have it. Partying real hard, Hogan, with the N word. Yeah, you know. So so now apparently there is a difference. And I've always talked on this also myself. Amongst friends and stuff like that. There's a difference between with the word nigga and nigger. If the Nigga, it's how we greet each other as black people. It's it's not a bad word, but Nigger is. But even if someone that's not black says nigga instead of nigger, then it's still considered the same. But it's different when we use it, but it's the same word when white people use it.
Exactly.
Right.
Uh, yeah, because I remember when that one day I was on the internet and I decided to go into this chat room. I went to this. Actually was a video cam. It was a cam chat room, and there you had people chatting from all around the world,
Right.
all over the world. And while I was in there, when the camera keep flipping to different people, and whenever they will say me, I'm talking about white people
Right.
in general, white people from Europe side, they would say the the N, not nigger,
Nigga.
the Nigga,
Right.
and hearing it from them, it it sound the same. You see what I'm saying?
You're saying
Wherever you
you're
hear it,
saying they use nigga but not nigger is what you're saying.
right? But even though when they use the word nigger, you still hear it the same as they would say nigger. You see what I'm saying?
So you're
So
saying you're saying
even though it's
that
different,
for them to use it to oppress us, they're saying it with the GA instead of the GER.
right,
Or are you
right,
saying are you
right.
right? Okay, all right, yeah. Well, I mean, you, I don't know what to say really. Too much more about it's been a difference between actually the same word just spelled two different ways, but has the same meaning, but at times doesn't have the same meaning. You know, I mean now, hey, and just to let y'all know, in the chat, feel free to call up and if you got something you want to say, if you want to join in on the conversation, call up. The number is 443-552-3304. Don't be shy. That most of y'all on here I know. Some people I see on here I don't know. But yeah, it's a word that's divided into two words with two different meanings sometimes, not all the time. Depending on who's using it, who's saying it. And that's basically the Hulk Hogan's issue. Um this radio station, I mean, these guys are just sitting up here laughing, and one of the guys is black, and Hulk, he did mention that he used the word all the time, but he got pulled up about it, but nothing happened to him. And I know that he's like not using it in any disrespect, because if he did, then these rappers and stuff that he's hanging around with, unless they're not as not like what they speak, what they rap about, you figure somebody would have stepped to him about that. Instead of saying, hold up, Hogan, hold up, you can't say that. Usually somebody would take heavy offense to that, being a black person and hearing a white person say that. So I don't, it gets confusing. It really does. Now I'm gonna play another clip of this is the clip with Vince McMahon using the N word in story mode in wrestling. In story mode. So this is acting. This is a script. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I hear you, Ron. Kill something. I'll kill something with you once the show over with. I'm glad you loving the show, though. I appreciate it. Okay, Vince McMahon says the N word to John Cena. Let me get that played for y'all. Starting now. Yeah, he just said that, Booker T. You were standing right there listening to him. So apparently, the word nigga is okay if you use it in a script, in a movie, in a rap song, uh, hip hop. Period. It's okay to use it, but if you say it out on the street to someone's face, but you're not meaning any disrespect, you're just using it like you heard Vince McMahon use it. There's a problem. Now that I'm not understanding. I'm really not understanding that when and that's what I say. It can be confusing. It's. I mean, what do y'all think out there? Somebody,
Yeah, I think
somebody, give me some insight on this.
I Congress need to pass a law not to mention the word any movie script or any poem or anything else short.
Yeah, but see, only thing about movies, you can pretty much say what you want in there. You can be how you want to be in a movie. You can do what you want to do because it's supposed to be, you know, showing like you have movies that shows it's like portraying real life, especially when you have movies based on a true story and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah,
what can you do?
but think about it. Just remember that you have the whole world watching this movie, and what the message is the movie sending. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That is
right.
just that is just like you say. Okay, that is just like you have killing in movies. It's a movie script, right?
That's right.
And what people go do? People go follow movies and the ideas and what they do, and they go on to do the same thing.
Right now, as far as killing
Mm-hmm.
or murdering somebody, that's
But this is
that's
just an
illegal.
example. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I understand the point you're trying to make with your example, but when you
Mm-hmm.
think about that, it's actually two different things. Now, you murder somebody, that's when you're talking about something that's illegal to do, and something that's really not illegal to do or say, basically. So what is the N word? Is it something legal or illegal? I mean, what is it? Because apparently people are getting like Hulk Hogan are getting fired from their from the wrestling federation and and stuff like that, getting just getting taken off the map, man.
Yeah.
Is it
I well,
he's not going to prison for it, so it must not be illegal.
I don't think it's, I mean, illegal
Right, so it's
because
not Ill-
it does. Go ahead.
right, it's not illegal, but it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem to the point where, so like I said, people lose their jobs just by saying that. If you're if you have a white employer call you a nigger, then that's a problem. He can get fired for that. He can lose his job. So I guess it nigger actually fits under the category of slander. Am I right? Am I
There is
wrong?
no
Speak
law.
to me out there.
There is no law for it. So hey, they're going to keep saying it in
Right.
scripts.
Right, because you
Mm-hmm.
have the right to say what you want to say to a certain extent, though, and who you're saying it to. As we all know, you
You
can't go
know,
out there and cuss out police officers. You don't want to do that nowadays. We know how that ends up, but that's another topic.
welcome to welcome to freedom of speech.
Yeah, yeah, freedom of speech, right? Where you can say what you want, just be careful what the hell you're really saying and who you're saying it to. Right. That's freedom.
Right,
That's
exactly.
freedom in America. Land of what was it? Land of the free. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how free that is because it apparently it cost Hulk Hogan his job. So and not saying that Hulk
Mm-hmm.
Hogan was right. Not saying that he was right. I'm not defending him. I'm not taking his side. But I'm just saying. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and we can go ahead and end this show because I know a lot of people are trying to watch that fight tonight or are watching it with Ronda Rousey on the UFC, which is Ronda Rousey is the main attraction for the that program tonight. And I know you got to get out of here. And I appreciate everybody that tuned in, everyone that tuned in late. I see a couple. Okay, I see another familiar face on here. Like I said, if you didn't hear me earlier, the number to call in if you want to call into the show and say anything and join in the conversation, it's 443-552-3304. And we're gonna go ahead and finish this break in the break room, end the show for the night. And Myra's my man. I guess I'll be talking to you in a couple of days, buddy.
All right,
You
see
still
ya.
there? Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.